Hello. Good morning. I don't know why I always sing hello to you. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I thought I would come on here and show you some things that I've been wanting to get done, but I wanted to do this all day yesterday, but I've been, like everyone else, busy. I've been trying to get, the outside, just my back porch decorated. I got my steps, my railing done. I got my tree is up, everything but the low stuff. I have to get the low stuff on. I just didn't want to put any of my nice bulbs down low, having Millie being so mobile this year. I know she's going to be really curious. Last year she was like, oh, but she wasn't super into any of it. This year, look out, right? So I didn't want to put any glass bulbs low or anything that, mattered. Let's see, what else have I been doing? Laid out a bunch of paper plate projects with you. Julie was over yesterday, just kind of hanging out and helping me out a little bit. Got a bunch of stuff listed on the website under Christmas tab, under home decor tab, and under papers. So there's a new tab called papers that I think you guys are going to enjoy. I was thinking about doing a Walk My Website Wednesday to show you all the new items. But I don't really want to wait till Wednesday, but anyway, that's also on my list, but at least I've got everything photographed, measured, described, priced, inventoried, and on there for you guys to check out. My website is always the name of my page, Tammy Loves Vintage, and then just added .com. Okay, so let's get rolling here. So much, I've got a pile of stuff on my table here. I have more Christmas decor back here to be put away. And yeah, just working feverishly like everyone else, or at least what you're in for, right? I get a head start just because I'm like live and with you guys, and it's a great, I don't know, I found it very inspiring. I felt very behind with the other ladies on Instagram and TikTok. Everyone's like all decorated out, and here I am, hadn't done anything. And so my husband had been out of town all week, and he came home last night and he's like, aren't you early? He's like, we're gonna have to look at this stuff for a long time. I'm like, I know. And then Abby messaged that doesn't think she's coming for Christmas. She's gonna come the week after, which is usually the week that I tear everything down but the main tree. So it's an extra week. We're gonna have to look at everything, but it'll be awesome. It's all good. So anyway, let's get started. I've got a mix of DIY and antique items here. So I thought I would just kind of, share it all. So I didn't really know what to title this either, but anyway. So this one is it's a paper mache from Factory Direct Craft, and I just painted, or was it Factory Direct Craft? Could have been Dick Blick, is like a crafty art store. Could have been Dick Blick. Gosh, I'm not sure. But anyway, it's just paper mache, and I just added old pages. I did some I'm terrible at it, but I did some wonky fun stripes. This was years ago. When I told you all about the hats, I got totally in on all of these hats, and I made a ton of hats. This will be a great thing to hang low for Millie to not destroy. But I made a bunch of hats. Let me just show you like a bunch of hats. They're fun to do. You can check Amazon, and you can check Factory Direct Craft has them from time to time, but I made a whole bunch of them, and I did a vintage tree thing. Let's see, here's more, but wait, there's more. Here's another. I like this one and this one. So if you're shopping for them, I showed you the one the other day. Hi, you guys. I'm sorry I'm not saying hi. Just keeping going, right? If I get visiting, then we'll never get through this. I did put one up here that I did. So when you're shopping, if you want to do a little tree topper with them, you want to make sure it has a hole in the bottom. This one does not. It just sits on in my decor like that. But again, they're all covered. You could paint them. You could decoupage them with rice papers or whatever kind of papers. You could just paint them and do I do the hot glue with the glitter so it kind of drips down and it's kind of cool. But you could do stickles, and I know you can make stickles drip too. But let's see here, what else? So let me put that back. And then they had these little they're just little paper mache, again, paper mache ornaments. Here are a few just for ideas, okay? I think that years ago, the reason I can't remember for sure was Tracy's Fancy did a Christmas thing, and we made a bunch of stuff in July. And so it was my first try at doing any of that kind of stuff. And then those were the Totally Dazzled. There's a link for that in my link tree. And then I bought an N. Let's see, it goes this way. I bought an N for Neff because that's my last name. Okay, and then I, did that too. So, okay, so it looks like all my paper mache. I might stumble across something else, but anyway, okay, then at Hobby Lobby, you can buy these glass bulbs. Now, I did these a couple years ago. I don't think I did it last year. I think it was the year before last. And put an old postcard on the back, and then you could see through the postcard. And then I did the snow in the bottom. I didn't even know at the time this was a reverse decoupage. And then I added plaster around the edges, and I did a little bit of gold leaf underneath the plaster. And I absolutely love how that looks. You could use your snow text. And when I say plaster, it's my little mix. I do a mix of drywall compound, caulking, and a little bit of water, and the caulking keeps it from chipping off, it makes it a little tougher. And then let's see, and then what did I wrap? Oh, what is that? I can't even tell. I don't even know what that is I wrapped around there. It looks like old tinsel. Looks like old tinsel with, yeah, it is. It's old tinsel. Now it's been, you guys, this has been in there. It's been packed for a while. And then I have a piece of an old Christmas card that says Merry Christmas. Or it could have been part of this postcard actually, because the background matches so nicely. So those are super fun to do. They're flat. They have a lot of square footage for, doing this kind of thing. Like with the bottles, the bigger bottles at Hobby Lobby, they're always on our bottom shelf, and they only usually stock 2 at a time, which is so annoying. But anyway, and then here's another postcard. So there's the inside with some snow, again, plastered and gold leafed, tinsel around the top. I used an old earring here, and then I added a tag, which is from the postcard, and it says Christmas greetings on it. Christmas greetings. So those are the only 2 like that I have. And I just wanted to show you too, like, old shiny brights. You can add a bow to them and make them really cute. You can kind of jazz those up. Now this I purchased, but I'm sure you can find them on Etsy, and I would just call it a folded paper star maybe. But I loved it, and she did it in book pages or music pages, so I loved that. So I bought it. It's in with my handmade stuff. Let's see, this is all antique. Let's see, and then I don't have it, I sold most of these to you guys, but I took old pieces of wood, like wood finials, and at one time I had a Christmas tree that was all antique stuff, and some of this is still from that tree. It was in my office. Now my kids have the tree at the little house that they're renting. So anyway, I sold a lot of it to you guys because I didn't use that tree last year. I just got a text, sorry. If you're like, what is she looking at? Okay, so here's another paper mache bulb. Covered it in book or sheet music. Let's see if I used a Christmas Carol. Yeah, something about the angels I see. So yeah, I used Christmas paper to do this. There's the bells. Oh, come. more about angels. So yeah, it's definitely Christmas music that I use, which doesn't matter. See, I couldn't even tell. And then the inside I covered with those little flecks of gold leaf, and then added just a white tree with some little balls and an angel inside, did some greenery on top, used a little bell in the middle of the seam binding. There you go. You always like that tree. Yeah, it was kind of a hit, wasn't it? I think everybody liked that tree. It was just really unusual. So, okay, these were fun to do. And you guys have to know, I've been doing this stuff for so many years that back years ago, this was a unique thing. And now, it's everywhere. I didn't make it up, but I'm just saying, it's not so wowy, but I still love them. Just little old spools. This was a Christmas colored spool. And I added a bottle brush tree, added some sheet music and some lace. So there's one. Here's one. There's nothing on this one, but it's just, a wood. I kind of like this one better. And I used a bobbin for the base. A bobbin. It's an old one. And an earring at the top. There was an earring at the top of this one too. I'm not sure you caught that, but it's pretty, just for an idea. And then here's a teeny tiny one. So let me show you the difference. Like when I say, hi, I'm live in the dining room. Come on in.
Oh, you're live?
Yeah, and there you go. There's a little one. And then you guys that remember my antique tree will remember my tassel that I made with the toilet flusher. It says close. It is a French, toilet flusher. And I love it. Porcelain. It was dug out of the trash, 100 years old. They unearthed a lot of stuff like that, a lot of the jars and all that stuff. Come on in. I'm just going, you'll want to see this too, because I'm going through I'm getting ready to do our antique ornaments, in our clay Santas and stuff. Yeah. I'm going through, I left it all out to share with him.
She makes all of us normal people look bad, getting all this stuff out.
I know I'm early, but it's okay. But so when these guys get their stuff out, they'll be ready. So this has been packed and unpacked so much, my yarn is starting to unravel. But so I'll clip that up and clean that up. But I love the little doorknob. I just thought it was so cute, just different. So this hung on my antique tree. You guys can go to YouTube and see under Tammy Loves Vintage and just look at the dates of the postings or look at the titles. There's hundreds of videos over there. And you can find my vintage trees for sure if you just go through the Christmas ones. Then I cut up a yardstick and added a key and seam binding and hung them. And I made however many I cut up the the yardstick I got. But oh, look, this one says Columbus, Ohio. I don't know if you caught that, but yeah, Columbus, Ohio on that one. That's cool. Oh, this one does too. That's cool. This one says Broad Street, which is, a famous street in Columbus. This says Everything for the Home. And this one just has a number to call. So I thought those were really cool. This is just a wooden, I need to do something with the back of that, but this was just a wooden flat piece, and we just covered it in buttons and made it be a hang. But it's decorated, and I've left this out year round before. Again, it's old. We did it a couple of years ago for sure. Here's a pretty old bell, and I just wrapped it. It's got great patina, so I just wrapped it. Here's another, and I love that tag. So sometimes you find really great pieces like this when you're out antique shopping, and it was just a way to display it rather than keep it in a crafting box, I guess you would say. Oh, this was a fun project we did in the group. Most of these were group projects, but this one, we made little babies in a manger with Celsior and moss and little wooden heads. And I love these, and did little bells hanging. So those are cute. Let's see. Oh, we painted Santa heads. Oh, this is getting a little They've been packed. But we painted Santa faces on keys, on skeleton keys. So that's kind of a cool little thing you guys can do with your skeleton keys. Can you tell it's a key? There you go. You can tell it's a key. All right, so we did that. This is a, oh, my bow came untied, but that's okay. So this is the loop. This goes on a old boat, and the oar would go through here to hold your oar in place. And I hung it upside down, put an antique piece of jewelry in here, and then it hung on the antique tree as well. I don't know what I'm gonna do with those things. I may pick up a tree and put those things on. I don't know. I might box them up for the year, but they came out for now. Here's another spool that I did up, and rather than put a tree on it, I just filled it with buttons and did that. Here's another key. That's a Santa, and it's just a regular key, but it's super cute. Gives you a little bit more square footage, I guess you would say, for the for the face. And I'm a terrible artist, but it's okay. I need Terry Burton to show me how to do little Santa face. I'm sure she has. I just don't. I watch her all the time, but I usually just pop in and say hi and watch her for a little bit. It's also tedious, right? So here's another just wooden. I got a little bit of glitter on the back. It probably was on my work table. And then some buttons. So that was fun. Those are both of these pieces were really fun to do, and to put your treasured buttons and jewelry pieces and stuff like that, especially if they're keepers. Oh, this is new. It's new, but I thought it looked old and I loved it. So I was at a store and bought it. We made bunches of these, and they're just snowflakes, and it was Anna at what's Anna? Anna Bannister is her name, and her husband, gosh, why can't I can see their faces. It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, her husband cut these snowflakes out for me, and I added beads and a tassel to the bottom. So that was fun. Years and years ago. And one of my followers made this for me, and I'm sure I had her name on it at one point to remember. I don't remember who it was, but I thought it was really creative. She used a lid, a canning jar lid, and just put some cotton and a little candle, and it hangs on your tree. So that's an idea for you guys. Another bell. I did another bell. Woohoo. Woo. But on the antique tree, it was awesome. So yeah. And then this was a little door, a door plate, but it was so unusual. And so I added a skeleton key and hung that on my antique tree. If I find a picture, or if I could find a video of my antique tree, I think I can share it back to Facebook. I'll post it and just put my antique tree or something like that. Hey, Julie, will you on a scrap piece of paper post antique tree just to remind me and throw it on my desk? Yeah. Thanks. All right, we made these little guys. So Julie and I love anything cotton spun. Cotton spun is very antique, and I'm about to show you some original, real cotton spun things. These we made, and I made them here with you guys as well. I know I have. So I would say go to YouTube, Tammy Loves Vintage pipe cleaner, type in that, or type in Tammy Loves Vintage cotton spun and see what you get, because I know I've shared a lot of these things over the years with you guys. But anyway, so this is so small, it's quite possibly a cupcake pick. A lot of the smaller ones were that, but anyway, then we made the little pipe cleaner body, and I'll show you some real ones, but that's a handmade one. Okay, another fun thing that we made, I watched Devin Nell on Instagram, and this was years ago, because I've made these for a few different years now. I'm gonna have to make them with Millie. That would be fun, wouldn't it? So these are paper mache Santas, and I show you guys how to do that as well. I know I've done that here. So you guys could go to YouTube, Tammy Loves Vintage, and type in paper mache and see what you find, because I know we did these as well. So here's another, we did a whole bunch. Like, I just want you to see they're all different, how they turn out. They're all so different, and I absolutely love them. I have 2 bags full. So in case you're screenshotting, I'll hold these up. Some have noses, some don't. Some needed noses, some didn't. But they're all different shapes. These are what I said I could hang low for Miss Millie. She can't hurt these. Look at his beard. That was cool. Love them. Oh, just looking at them makes me want to make more, but obviously I don't need any more. So some are big, some are small. I love when they, like this one comes, like I loved when I did that. This one does too. So some are flat, some are curved. It kind of depends on how wet you get your paper mache, if it holds this. I love that one. They're all great, aren't they? They've just got a vintage look to them, some more so than others, but I love them. All right, so, oh, these are great too, which I see you guys making these. I did what does that say? You did last year with the pine cone Santas. Yes, we did do those last year here. I think we've did them in the group before. I usually wait a year when I do something in the group that's different, and then I bring it to you the following year. These are fabulous. They are, of course, these were years ago as well. Mason jar lids with Christmas cards or postcards inside, and then decked out. And I see a lot of you guys doing that. I think we do a lot of layers in ours, and maybe add it goes this way, add a little bit more stuff. This was a card I sent out one year and I still loved it, so I cut it up and did that. But yeah, when you're doing these, I think, like, I shared an easy one the other day, yesterday maybe, or the day before, that was the same thing, and she just stuck paper in the back and a little something. These are a little more maxed out. These are by me, but I didn't want to scare you guys with, all that, when you can keep it very simple as well. So don't be over intimidated or anything, but yeah, it's easy. They're easy to do. You just keep packing it in, and you just don't think you can get all of that stuff, in a lid, because that isn't very big, but you can pack it full. And I think that's the secret of maybe upcharging a little bit more, because they're more of an art, more like a work of art, I guess. I don't know. Is that blowing my own horn? I don't mean it that way at all. I just mean, it's just more interesting maybe than just sticking a little something in there. And listen, okay, as you do these kinds of things too, same with the tins. I'm going to tell you a little story. So one was last year, I think, or the year before. I think it was the year before. I was going through the house showing decor, and we'd done a ton of tins, Julie and I. When I say we, I'm talking about my friend Julie here. And we get better. The more you do them, the better you get. And so when you start, I had a couple here that were in my decor, and I looked at it and I thought, gosh, I need to pop a little bit more in here. So I took one that I've been happy with for a couple years, and I tweaked it out and made it even better. So what I was trying to spit out in all of that is, if you would do a simple tin like I posted to show you, then there's no reason, like, you enjoy it this year and next year. And then when you're doing more, does that go there? No, I just found a piece of my tie from my steps are right here. That didn't go there. As you get better, you will see that you can make them even better. So kind of showed you level 1 and maybe level 2, I guess. But I even tweaked my own. So just saying. So, okay, oh, this is like the bag. This bag and that bag is the dream bags, right? So we have been making cotton spun Santas. This is a handmade one. This is an original oldie. Okay, so you can see the difference, of course. But there you go. So there's a new and an old. And here's one that we made. And we did this in our group first year, and then I have brought them out and shown you guys how to do them as well. Here's another little one that I made. And then I made this little girl. Notice that the faces are all different. Sometimes the faces make the project, and we find faces from all over. So, okay, here's a couple more. Oh gosh, this one's like the king of all. I found a quilt last year. Julie and I were out shopping, and we bought a quilt together. It's an old cutter quilt, and we cut the quilt in half and split it. We bought it and split it, and I made this Santa with this quilt, made his coat. That was something else. Here's an old one. I just froze. I don't know why. Sorry. I literally was sitting there like this. I'm sorry. I hope you guys stuck in there. I'm back. I can't even see how many people. Is it 30? Oh, it's 80. Oh, hi 80 friends. So here's an old one for you. Here's a couple more. Handmade. I made him out of velvet. We started messing around with velvet. Was it last year or the year before? Fell in love, huh? Last year, got hooked on velvet, took it clear through with painting flower, like gone crazy with velvet in the group. Absolutely love it. This is cotton spun again. So I have a tree that I fill with these, and then I fill with the pipe cleaner people, and I'm going to show you those. So I made these. You can tell. Gosh, Julie, I made a ton of Santas.
Oh, cotton spun Santas?
Yes. Look at this pile. I had no idea. And I've sold some of them. So what the heck?
Fun to make.
They are fun to make. They're time consuming, but they're fun. Look at all of them. They're all, I know. Look at all that. Aren't they pretty?
Yeah,
So fun to.
I love the crazy quilt one.
I know, the crazy quilt and the velvet. Where's the velvet? This one's velvet. I guess I've only done one in velvet.
Well, we started them last year.
Yeah. So this is what is this? Oh, this is one of those wooden discs, and just cover it in fabric, and there you go. Yeah, I was telling them those are reverse decoupage before I even knew about reverse decoupage. Here's an old. This is old. Now we're getting into the old. This is old. This is old mica flake bird. Okay, so when you're Christmas shopping, these old things get quite expensive. So just so you know, that's why we like to try and make them. Because the ladies made them back in the day. They made them. Here's a little pipe cleaner star, old. Here's a fantastic little old pipe cleaner. No, he's cotton spun. Look at that. Tiny little cotton spun. Oh my gosh. He was probably $25, I'm going to guess. I just bought these recently from Michelle. They were $15 each. This one, it's a little dancer with the tiny, and I don't know where the other one is right now. It was on this table, but there's one. And then here's a little pipe cleaner. Sorry, a little old pipe cleaner angel that I picked up sometime this year and just threw it in my Christmas box loose. She needs, of course, she needs fixed a little bit. Okay, we're almost done, but yeah, I love to show you guys for when you're out shopping. Even if you're at Goodwill, people, you might find it there. You don't necessarily have to be at an antique store. Okay, so another great thing to look for is really old tinsel. Okay, it's great to add into your crafts. A little pricey, it can be pricey. I don't see a price on this bundle, but that was what was on my tree. And then this is all, so I'm not going to show you every one of them. Julie's ready to get crafting.
I already started.
You did? Okay, so that's going to make me be behind. Old, new, And I showed you guys how to make these because I remember, I think it was, here's old. I think it was, here's old pipe cleaner, no price. I think it was in the craft-a-thon. I think it was like a Christmas craft-a-thon I did. This is new, made him. And I bought this wooden bottle, a wooden bottle, but it was made out of wood and it had a little hole in the top. And I bought a branch, pretty sturdy branch that I could bend. And I hung all of my little pipe cleaner people on the shelf at the little house one Christmas. Anyway, so these are all full. Just type in pipe cleaner. Look at this old one. And I do a tree up all of these little pipe cleaner people. And obviously I'm anxious to get it done, and that's why I'm doing this. So I will show you, like there's so many old and new. I will do up my little tree. I want to put some lights on it this year. And then I'll do a tour around of all of my stuff done. Of course, this is my box full of shiny brights. Let's see, I wrote myself a note. I don't know. Let's see here. What did I say? I don't know. Whew. It says, I had these bulbs on my taller tree from Shayla. These are with my cotton spun Santas and lids. Okay. So I filled a tree with these old bulbs. And these are really old. I'm just going to have, because I have to take them out carefully one at a time. But the old shiny brights are amazing. But yeah, so everything on that tree was old. Here's a little flocked deer. Awesome. He's soft. You can feel him. I must have found her this year. Little pipe cleaner girl. And then the rest is just shiny brights. And I do want to talk about these, but these are, let me see if I have any over here quick. Here, I do. So we can talk about these. I just saw Emily on My Weathered Home talking about these. And how, like they're mercury glass. These are mercury glass. And like ways to tell that they're old. One way is to see the paper or foil. That one's foiled. I don't see any paper ends. But a lot of times they'll have a cardboard here. Of course, they're tired. They're worn. See right here, they're worn and weathered. I'll give you something to zero in on. A lot of times they're double bulbs. So watch that. I like the single bulbs because I like to buy them and cut them apart and use the single bulbs on my tins, on a lot of my projects. I like using the single bulbs. So like this is a perfect one to craft with because they're single bulbs. You can see that they're misshapen is another way to tell. And of course that they're glass. So these are all glass. A lot of times they're super distressed. See, this is like almost too distressed. But someone has strung all of these, and as you go, it gets better and better. See? And it gets better and better. So I need to untangle these. But they're fun colors. And then this one is all red. I made myself another note. You have a bunch. Oh, they're fabulous. They're fabulous. Draped these on the mantle. Oh, okay. Well, I like that. I didn't think of that. And yes, I need a little bit of color on my mantle, so I'll do that again. Look at these tiny, tiny ones. Again, the paper, this one's a paper star. It was $12, so I did a good deal. There's a star on both ends. Glass, super tiny. These are double. Yeah, they're double. Some of them have been broken, but that's a good way for you guys to tell. And then that's about it. I'll do a house tour since Julie's here. We'll do a house tour later. I'm not quite done yet to show you, but I'm close. So another few hours and I'll have it. I just kind of want to max out my pipe cleaner tree and get my main tree finished and all of that. And I sound like I'm I'm not very good at all of this. I'm better at making it than doing all of that, but I do enjoy it so much. So I think the more you do, the better you get. So anyway, I love inspiring you guys. I hope it was helpful in learning a little bit about this stuff, and that you can see, if you put on your creative hat, you can maybe buy something that seems a little pricey, like $20 item. And if it looks doable, bring it home and study it and try to make it. And if you need someone to help you, you can always watch this channel. You can join my private group where we bring all of the new unique things in there first. And then you can also check me out on YouTube. All of it is Tammy Loves Vintage. My website is tammylovesvintage.com. I've just added a ton of papers, a whole new tab called Papers. I have, what else do I have? I added home decor. I've been getting orders in. Yesterday I got a whole bunch of stuff, and Julie helped me get through all of it. And home decor and the Christmas tab. Notice those have a lot of new items. So anyway, tammylovesvintage.com. TikTok, Instagram, everywhere I am is Tammy Loves Vintage. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you very much. I appreciate you all, and I love sharing things with you, and it inspires me and reminds me as well. So have a great day. I'm going to go craft with her, and I needed some Christmas bottles. I texted her and said, I can't believe I don't have a Christmas bottle. So last night I laid out 2 ideas, and I had enough for her too. So I sent her pictures, and I'm like, you want to come and play tomorrow? So instead of getting my work done like I need to, we're going to go craft. So I'll see you later. Maybe we'll jump in the group and show you what we're making, because I think they're both going to be very different. So I hear her running the dryer. She's got a jump start on me. So I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. And thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.